If you look at your life right now and all you see is a collection of unfinished things, a project you started but never completed, a skill you were excited about for a few weeks, a goal that slowly faded away, then you probably feel something deeper than just frustration. You feel confused. Because you don't understand why you can't just stay consistent like everyone else. People around you might say that you lack discipline, that you get distracted too easily, or that you simply don't want success badly enough. And after hearing that over and over again, you start to internalize it. You begin to believe that maybe something is wrong with you. You compare yourself to others who chose one path and stuck with it for years, who became experts, who built something stable, and it makes you feel like you're constantly starting from zero. But what if the problem isn't your lack of discipline? What if the real problem is the model of success you were taught to follow? For a long time, the world rewarded people who specialized deeply in one thing. It was a predictable system. You pick a skill, you repeat it, you improve it, and eventually you succeed. But the reality is, you don't live in that world anymore. Today, everything changes constantly. Industries evolve, jobs disappear, and skills that were valuable yesterday can become irrelevant tomorrow. And your brain, even subconsciously, understands this. That's why you drift from one interest to another. One moment you're deeply invested in something, and the next, you feel pulled in a completely different direction. It feels like inconsistency, but it's not. It's adaptation. It's your mind trying to build something more flexible, something more resilient. You are not someone who is failing to focus. You are someone who is building multiple layers of understanding. Instead of going deep into one narrow path, you're creating connections between different fields, different ideas, and different ways of thinking. And this ability has a name in psychology. It's called far transfer. It's the ability to take knowledge from one area and apply it to something completely different. This is why some of the most innovative people in the world don't follow a straight path. They explore, they experiment, and they connect things that others would never think to combine. What looks like chaos from the outside is actually a different type of intelligence. However, there is a problem. Not because of who you are, but because of how you're trying to live. You are trying to build everything at the same time. You want to learn, improve, create, and change your life all at once. And that leads to burnout. Not because you're weak, but because that approach is unsustainable. The people who succeed with this type of mind don't do everything simultaneously. They work in phases. They focus intensely on one direction for a period of time, then they shift. Not because they failed, but because that phase is complete. Each stage builds on the previous one, even if it doesn't seem like it at first. What you see as abandoned projects are not failures. They are parts of a bigger system that you're slowly building. Every skill you touched, every idea you explored, every interest you followed, all of it adds something to how you think, how you solve problems, and how you see the world. In nature, systems that survive are not the ones that rely on a single function. They are the ones that have redundancy. Multiple ways to adapt, multiple ways to respond when something changes. And that is exactly what you are creating without even realizing it. So instead of asking yourself why you can't stick to one thing, maybe you should ask a different question. What if you were never meant to? Maybe your strength is not in choosing one path, but in connecting many. Maybe your advantage is not stability, but adaptability. And maybe, just maybe, the reason you feel lost right now is because you're still in the middle of building something that only makes sense at the end. So stop looking at your past like it's a list of unfinished stories. It's not. It's a collection of chapters that will eventually connect. You are not behind. You are just building in a different way.